Hi, I'm Zachary Fieldhouse. Did you know golf clubs can cost upwards of $2,000? For me alone, my driver that I have cost me $2,500 total for the shaft, the grip, the driver, and the weights in it. It's crazy to think about, but if you listen to me, it's truly worth the price. For golf clubs, basically you pay for what you get. Better and more expensive drivers go further distances. Better and more expensive shafts, they make your ball go straighter. Better and more expensive golf grips keeps you from letting go of the club. I mean, you don't want to let go of the club middle of a swing. What happens? You miss the ball. No, the reason why better and more expensive drivers are worth what you're paying for. I mean, you pay for a more expensive driver. The ball will go further. You pay for a cheapy little driver you find at Walmart. The ball's not going to go anywhere, and you can't have that when you're playing in a tournament. Even if you want to go professional at one point, you can't have that. As for me personally, I'm spending my money on the best I can get. If it's going to help me improve my game, I'm going to spend my money on the best I can get. Find a better driver, you have a more forgiving driver. I mean, if I have a driver and I'm hitting a tee shot, if I hit it off the toe, the ball still is going to go a good distance. So I hit it off the hill, it's still going to go a good distance. That's what you need. I mean, you can't have a little crappy driver from Walmart. You hit that ball off the hill, it's going absolutely nowhere. That's why you need to spend your money on better quality drivers. That's what golf's about. Especially with the new technology, you got to get those forgiving new drivers on the market. According to TellMeMoreGolf.com, more expensive drivers spend more money on their paints, their materials, making their drivers appearance more appearanceable to look down at. I mean, you don't want to look down and see something that you don't like looking at. You got to be comfortable what you're looking at, and you want it to look good. If it doesn't look good, you're not going to hit it good. You want it to look good, so go ahead and spend that money on the more. GolfingPros.com, expensive drivers are higher quality and have better performance. According to their test, the more expensive drivers will go further and straighter and are more forgiving. And they did this test with 10 expensive drivers versus 10 cheap drivers you can find on Amazon versus the 10 expensive ones you get custom fit to you. With a better driver comes a better shaft. Finding your shaft is you got to get fitted for a good shaft. Getting fitted for a good shaft is going to cost you money. That's something you don't need to worry about in golf. If you want to go pro, you should not worry about that. You need to save up your money and get the best you can get. With a better shaft comes with you hitting the ball straighter, further, at the precise height, getting your right apex with your perfect spin that you want. I mean, you get it fitted to your swing and your swing speed, everything. That's what you need in a shaft. You can't go to golf headquarters and go, hey, I want the stealth driver, the best one you got, but can you give me like a $50 shaft? No, you gotta go in there and I want to get fitted for a shaft with one of the best drivers you got. That's what comes with golf. You got to be able to pay. You got to be prepared to pay for that. And you got to be ready. You got to be ready to go on the course and hit that ball straight down the fairway. A better and more expensive shaft will help you control your ball flight and your ball spin overall. You want to lower that ball spin with a better and more stiff shaft if you have fast swing speeds. If you have slower swing speeds, you want a more whippy, more loose, more flexible shaft, so you can get that ball up in the air without swinging as hard as you can. OutOfBoundsGolf.com, they did an interview with 3 golfers that don't hit the ball as far as other golfers, and they gave them expensive shafts. And according to all of them, they said they hit the ball higher and further with less spin. Each of them added at least 5 yards to their distance, which proves, I mean, the more expensive and higher quality drivers are better for you than the less and cheaper ones. The cheapest but most important part of a golf club is the grip. You get a really cheap grip from Walmart or something, you're not going to be able to hold on to that club. It's going to fly out of your hands. You can't have that happening. It'd suck if that would happen. You got to get a good expensive grip. Make sure that club stays tight in your hands. And you also got to make sure that grip feels good and comfortable to you when you're set up to that golf ball. It's one of the most important parts, but it's also most of the cheapest. So you might as well. I mean, I wouldn't say might as well, but I'd say it's important to make sure you get what you like and make sure you feel comfortable with. With golf clubs, you pay for what you get. You get more expensive stuff. You get more higher quality. What's better for you and better for your golf game. I mean, looking back over my points, I mean, you got the more expensive drivers come with you hitting the ball further, straighter, and more forgiving on the club face. The more expensive driver shafts, you hit the ball straighter, and you get your precise spin and your precise ball flight. come in with the grips. You make sure that club stays in your hands. You're not going to let go of it, and you feel comfortable with that. All the more expensive, higher quality drivers, shafts, and grips are just better than the cheaper stuff.